special Oktoberfest episode. We're a little bit late. However, the first Oktoberfest was actually held in October for the marriage of King Ludwig, and I think that was 1810. So the very first, what Oktoberfest originated from, what it was born from, was that marriage, and it was in October. But now, these days, we celebrate in mid-September. But we're a little bit late, but we're actually celebrating one day before the anniversary of their marriage. So we're going all the way back to the very first tradition. So we're going to get started with some Kartoffelpuffer over here.
I'm making
Kartoffelpuffer?
Kartoffelpuffer. Okay. Well, it's pretty simple, folks. I got a little mess here, but start out with some hash brown potatoes. Make sure you get them all drained. Take a dishcloth or something and wring it out and get most of the moisture out. Then you simply take some nutmeg and some cornstarch and 2 eggs. Mix it together. Then you can take it by a spoonful. I just put one in there. I'll put another one in there now. Kind of squeeze it a little bit because it starts to build up moisture in the bottom. And just put it in the skillet with a little oil. And takes about 2 or 3 minutes aside. And you end up with little potato cakes, like so. In fact, let's hear, Brock. I'll give you this and that. You're the jazz it up guy.
Oh, all right. I got to move my sandwich buns in because I'm going to be making a really good sandwich. Thanks, Amanda.
I'll hold these. I'll be like a nice beer winch in the background.
Beer winch. Ooh, beer. I didn't know we had beer winches at our establishment. Oh, cameraman hand.
Sure.
He always sneaks in somewhere. All I'm going to do is sprinkle a little bit of fresh chive over the top of these. And then there's a little bit of sour cream and chives. And what else is in this sour cream?
Sour cream and chives.
That's it. Sour cream and chives in there. And there you have it. Kartoffelpuffers.
Or potato pancakes.
Or potato pancakes, however you want.
They've been really struggling
I
with
need
the
your little
so.
server over there.
I put a fork on it.
You didn't give me the fork.
Okay.
So
I'll let them try it. Just pass it to them because they may fall apart.
Okay. I'll just
pass those down.
There you go. Pass them down and what is it? Take one down, pass them around.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to make a little Oktoberfest sandwich where I'm going to use some bratwurst that we have boiled in beer and then grilled, and then I'm holding them in the crock pot just to keep them warm, and it's a great way to do it if you're having a party. That way you're not cooking, you can spend time with your guests, so each guest can come to the crock pot, grab their sausage, and then top it the way they want. But this one in particular, I made a sauce, and I used sour cream and caraway seed, brown spicy mustard, and I put a little dose of apple cider vinegar in this because I felt like it just needed a little bit of acid. Taste it before you do it, just in case you don't want that. I thought it was really, really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the mixture, and I am going to spread it on the inside of my buns.
Time out. What did you do at the end?
I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. See, I'm always changing stuff.
Change the recipe. That's not what we talked about this morning.
Nope. I'm going to put a little bit on the top side of each bun. Okay? And you can make it a pretty good liberal thing because we're going to put these underneath the broiler and we're going to toast the bread and melt some really good cheese on here. And if you follow us in the past, cheese is something we use a lot of. So I've spread that in there. Now I'm going to go over to the crock pot and I'm going to grab my sausage out of here.
Did you tell them what we did to the sausage?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So now I'm going to let it drain. And this is just in the juices that we boiled it in. We're just keeping it warm. Oh, look at that. So we're going to drop one inside the bun. Okay. And then we are going to get another one here. Perfectly done. Okay, get that in there.
That already looks good.
Yeah, I mean, you could eat it just like that if people don't want the other toppings. But now I'm going to take and I'm going to put my Swiss cheese on top of it, or on the side of it so it melts down. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take these and put them in the broiler for about 2 minutes, okay? And get the bread crispy, get the cheese melted. So, Tom, you'll open the oven there. Slide that right on top. And we're just going to broil those down a little bit. And while I'm waiting for those to come out, I think what we're going to do
is talk about beer.
Talk about beer.
My favorite thing. So, obviously we're making some traditional German recipes here for Oktoberfest, but you can't have Oktoberfest without beer. So we have, we're sharing today some Becksbach from one of our favorite breweries in town, Goshen Brewing Company. Becksbach is their Oktoberfest style, and it's actually named so because Goshen, the town that we live in, is actually the sister city to Becksbach in Germany. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Oktoberfest is generally going to be kind of a dark lager, at least in America. If you go into Germany, it's more traditionally pale lager. It's going to be a little less malty in Germany. Here you're going to have more malt flavors, bready flavors, a little bit of sweetness. And it's going to not look, this is what your traditional German Oktoberfest might look like, whereas over at our guests here, it's going to be a little more malty. Or as we've got in the boot over here,
apple cider.
Yes. All goes well with our Oktoberfest accoutrements today. So, and I'm going to introduce our guests as well. So I've got Faye and Josiah here, and Keith, all friends of mine that we all used to work together and probably had a couple beers together too as well. So, you know. And they're going to enjoy our food today. How was Potato Pancakes?
It's really
So
good.
Good.
Awesome.
I might have another.
Yeah, please. Pass it back down. Ooh, look at those sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting a little bit.
They get a little crispy.
They're getting crispy, but that's good. That's what we want. We want a little bit of crispiness on those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Look at the cheese is all bubbling.
Okay,
Now, what we're going to do while these are sitting there is I am going to take a little bit of sauerkraut. Now, I know some of you might not like sauerkraut, so you could go to the grocery store, you could grab some German potato salad, blend it up or whip it up so that it's smooth, and use that in place of sauerkraut. Okay? But I like a little sauerkraut on my sandwich, so we're going to spread a little bit of kraut on top of this. And you can be messy with the kraut because it's going to fall off anyway when you eat it. Not a lot. Guess everybody likes sauerkraut?
Yep.
Okay.
Love it.
All right, love it. Love it. I hear love it. So we'll put a little bit more on there for everybody. Sauerkraut's going to bring a nice sweet and sour flavor to this. And then that normally would be done, but again, in my tradition of changing it a little bit, I am going to, at the very end, sprinkle just a little bit of fennel seed, ground fennel seed right on top of this. Okay, like that. And voila, you are done. Take my handy dandy knife, grab my towel, make sure it's all cleaned up. And then I'm going to cut these in half. Most of the time you could serve these probably with the whole thing. But for today, since we're going to be, Amanda's making another kind of sandwich, I want to make sure that everybody's got room for it. There we go. So, give me your plate there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Dankeschön.
Yo, Dankeschön. Ah, look at him. Look at him. Now, I do have a little extra of this. If you would like some little extra sauce on top, you can put some on. I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. And I'm going to flip it over to Amanda.
Yes. So today I'm going to be making one of my favorite German foods. It's called currywurst, and it's actually something I had in Germany when I was there for about 3 weeks in college, and I have not forgotten about it. I eat it everywhere I can find it. And this is my first time making it myself. There really isn't a traditional recipe for currywurst sauce. It's kind of made differently all over. And all over Germany. No one really wrote down the recipe. Your first recipe, she wouldn't give away her secrets. So everyone's kind of tried to remake it in their own way over the years. So what I've started with is some onions and garlic finely chopped, and I've just sweat these down. You don't necessarily want to brown them, but you want them to get soft. And so you can do that on kind of a low heat until they're really soft and easy to eat. And then next we're going to put in some apple cider vinegar. I've got about 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar here. Mix that around here just for a little bit of acidity. I have got a tablespoon of brown sugar. And I like to put that in first so it gets soft so you don't have any little crunchy bits in your sauce. Get that all mixed around and melted down. Then I have got just a little bit of Worcestershire. I'm just going to do just a couple dashes of that. Yeah, that already smells so good. And then I have some nutmeg, and there is about half a teaspoon of nutmeg here. Sorry, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then I have a tablespoon of curry powder here. Mix that all up. And then last but not least, which is going to be the base of your sauce, is our ketchup. So I've got a cup of ketchup here. So really, currywurst is kind of just a play on your typical ketchup on your bratwurst or sausage, but really ups the ante with that curry in it. Get that all mixed around and warmed up. Make sure everything's mixed together really well. Now you could take an immersion blender to this to kind of get out the, break down the onions and the garlic even more, but I kind of like having that little bite from the onions and the garlic in it. All right, so now that we've got that mixed up, I'm going to take this over to our brats over here. So I'm using onion and cheddar brats. Typically, you'd want to use something like a knockwurst or a sausage that's ground a little bit more, but we're going to switch it up and kind of Americanize it with our onion and cheese brats. So, what I'm going to do...
Sure, I try to help you out and give you a spoon, then you try to use a flat stick.
Didn't even see it. See? I just don't like
Pay attention.
Gosh, I know. I just was so excited to put the sauce on here. So you're gonna.
Frau McMahon, pay attention.
Yeah,
Frau.
Can one of you sous chefs get me some curry powder? I forgot that I need to top these with some curry powder.
Curry powder. I think we can
Under
do that.
C.
It's under C for curry powder. Thank you. Cinnamon.
W-C-U.
Yeah, well,
It's gone.
It's gone.
They lost the curry powder. All right, well.
Well, you had it. What'd you do with
You're
it?
just going to have to imagine some beautiful yellow
Oh.
specks on top of this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these in half for our guests here.
I'm going to guess Frau McMahon put it back in the wrong alphabetical order.
Probably.
Look under nutmeg.
Yeah, look at their nut.
Seriously, because I got nutmeg.
All
This
right.
is fun.
Look at that.
It's okay.
Yeah, you
Did you
found
find
it?
it?
I found the curry powder right next to nutmeg. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was in alphabetical order. Okay, so we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of curry powder on top of here. There we go. See how pretty that looks after all that. This is what happens when you film live. All right, and you can be liberal with that sauce because that's what it's all about. And another thing about this, traditionally you would cut up your sausage. You don't necessarily have to serve it in a bun. You can just cut it up, put the sauce on it, let it sit in the sauce, and then serve it up with some French fries. Delicious. All right, pass those down,
All right.
friends. See what you think. And that's
Wow.
what she wrote.
Wow.
Now that we got the curry powder situation figured out.
Okay.
Real quickly, folks, cookbooks, I have an announcement.
Oh.
Surprise
Announcement.
I made a commitment to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation last Thursday. I said we'd sell another 500 cookbooks by Christmas.
All right, hear that, folks?
So,
Yeah.
now listen, I'm looking at you guys, right? there's 1,200 of you out there who watch us who haven't ordered a cookbook. So if half of you order it, I'm going to have to get 600. So get your orders in. Go online, www.cookingtogether.com. You can order it there. We ship it right to you. Make a great Christmas gift. If you want it autographed and signed to somebody, just tell me the name in the notes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
On the order, and we'll make sure we sign it for you, okay?
And
And
we're going to have another surprise announcement here. And on the site, coming soon, we're going to have Cooking Together apparel. We're going to have aprons and chef's hats and some towels and some other things on there. Maybe an oven mitt, yeah.
oven mitts.
Oven mitts. And we're going to be selling some of that. And again, a portion of those proceeds will go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer Research. I've had some people ask me where the recipes are. If you're watching this video, scroll down on Instagram down to the description and all of the recipes. Is that my cameraman telling me to do that?
On YouTube, not on Instagram.
On
But you should
YouTube.
follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, you should follow us on Instagram, but on YouTube, you should scroll down and you'll find the description with all the recipes in it. So,
Another one in the can.
Another one, kid.
what are we supposed to say?
Prost.
You have to look at
You have to
everybody.
look your cheers partner in the eye. So
And what is it?
Prost.
Prost.
I know, but what's it mean if you don't?
Oh well,
Tell them.
I can't tell you because it's not family friendly. But 7 years of bad luck. How about that?
Yes.
Prost. Thank you. Hey.